Good evening, everybody, and welcome back again with another live show on the channel. Today it is match preview for the game on Saturday between Newcastle United versus Brentford. 3 o'clock kickoff at St James's Park. Mason's joined me. How you doing, Mason?
Yeah, I'm not too bad.
Good. I know Chippers was originally going to join me, but he's had to pull out. But the thing is, I got a replacement in. And within just under an hour before I was about to start the show. Definitely. So, Brentford at home on Saturday. If you do enjoy tonight's show, live show, guys, to this preview, of course, please do stick the thumbs up. Please do hit that subscribe button. Of course, if you're new to the channel or if you're enjoying the content, you're not yet subscribed, feel free to donate because we do have Super Chat available. And feel free to become a member of the channel as well. So, well, Mason, taking on Brentford at home on Saturday. Is this a chance to make it back-to-back wins after coming off the back of that really, really impressive win against Fulham on Saturday? That's Saturday.
Hopefully. We're playing against another team who was started well this season. They've recruited well in the summer. Mm-hmm. I think if we play like we did against Fulham on Saturday, then we'll have a chance. But I've seen that Lewis Potter, the main player on the left's out injured. So is Pontus Jansson, Christian Norgård, three key players for Brentford who are going to be missing on Saturday. That's a blow for them, but it's good for us. But they've still got the likes of Ivan Toney, Rico Henry, Raya, Ben May, an experienced centre back in the Premier League. They've still got decent players, but I feel like if we do well on Saturday, like we're done against Fulham, yes, another team who's done well so far this season, I think we can do it. I think we could do it on Saturday.
It's possible. I don't see why we can't. I mean, Brentford have done very well this season, but it's a team which should be looking to beat as well.
Definitely.
Really, we should be looking to put them aside there. Definitely, yeah.
I've seen it. Oh, sorry, Peter.
No, go ahead.
I've said as well, if we recruited well with obviously with the Danish connections they have with obviously Thomas Frank being a manager and he being Danish and getting the Danish players in. He recruits Danish players really decently. Obviously, they had to replace Christian Eriksen because he went to Man United.
Mm-hmm.
And I think with the players who've gone in, I feel like it'll be I would say a tight game, to be fair.
Game.
And just looking at their team, they've signed Strak Oja. I think he was a player who we've been linked with from Lazio. And they've signed obviously Ben May. I think that's it.
Yeah, I mean, I think they play very good football under Thomas Frank. They really, really do. And again, it's not going to be easy for us as well in a way. I mean,
you seen it last season. You seen it last season when they came up, yeah.
Yeah, you certainly did. I mean, it was 3-3 at St James's Park last season, but my God, I think some of them goals could have been prevented if we actually did our job properly in terms of defending, and the goalkeeping position was shocking as well with Darlow when he was in goal for that game.
I think. We're a much different team. Like when obviously Eddie Howe had COVID and he couldn't make the game, but when we had Jason Tindall, Eddie Howe tell him which players need to be where.
Yep.
And then obviously that was the turning point of some players, the likes of Joe Linton, the likes of I would say Emil Kraft. I don't know if he was playing or not, but I feel like that game last season was the turning point of some more players.
It certainly was, wasn't it? Yep. It really, really was. I mean, again, it's not going to be an easy game. Again, you touched on a Mason, that man there, Ivan Toney, a one we're going to have to really keep an eye out, who did score against us at St James's Park last season, but I think the way we conceded that was down to poor goalkeeping position from Darlow. I think Nick Pope will make sure he uses his goalkeeping ability properly because he's been so fantastic for us when we sign him, he'll know that he's got to get in the right positions to try and stop those shots from coming. If Brentford are going to have attempts at work.
Yes, obviously, I think if I'm correct, and Nick Pope did. I think he kept a clean sheet against Brentford last season.
I think he did, yep.
So it just shows you that he's capable of playing against Brentford because he obviously kept a clean sheet last season compared to Darlow. Because Darlow against Brentford at home last season, he wasn't good enough.
No, his position,
especially for like when we scored that header by Jamal Lascelles, they went up the other end and scored by Aaron Tony, and you could see the position of where Darlow was. It's not good enough. He should be doing better for that.
Yep, and Eddie Howe would have looked from the game last season and thinking, right, we've got to get our defensive right and our goalkeeper position right, which I've no doubt he will definitely do that. For me, I know we played 3 at the back last season against Brentford at home, but you expect Eddie Howe to still stick with the back 4.
Oh, definitely. Like the home game last season, some of the players might have not weren't there. They're coming up against Newcastle, but with a different back line.
Yep.
And obviously, Trippier, Burn, and Target played against Brentford at the Brentford Community Stadium last season, so like at their place, so they know what to come up against.
Yep.
So they know what Brentford are like. They know what Brentford are playing the possession, the way Thomas Frank likes them to play. And obviously, if he starts Botman, either Trippier, Burn, or Target are going to tell him where to go, because obviously Brentford are a physical side, and with some of the players they've got, they can be dangerous. Like Bimu and obviously Lewis Potter's injured, and Tony. They've still got 2 quality players up top, but obviously that Damsgaard's going to be coming in, the Danish lad who was signed from Fiorentina. So it's a learning experience for him, and also it's a learning experience for like Botman, because he's never played against Brentford before.
No, he hasn't. And for me now, Botman should be starting week in, week out for me now. He's got to be. I mean, you can see how fantastic he was against Fulham. You need him in that start lineup tomorrow easily.
I think he just needs to keep the team against Fulham. My opinion.
Maybe. I mean, left back, I'm not sure if I would make a change there. I know Dan Burn played well, but I think Brentford have got pace. And the problem with Dan Burn, I think he could struggle with pace with opposition at times.
I think the only problem with Fulham is that Paulinho wasn't playing.
Yep.
They still had Mitrovic, but he wasn't playing.
He wasn't fit. He got rushed back and he went off injured again. So I'm just reading through these comments. You decided what you're doing on your birthday. I'll definitely be at the town afterwards. So, yep, as you can tell, the day of the Brentford game is my 32nd birthday. So, yes, watching my team on a match day on my birthday. I cannot wait. And I said 3 points, which would be absolutely fantastic. Happy birthday, PD. And Alex, Stattleman, I believe, celebrating his birthday the same day as well. Or it's the day after when we discussed
it. I think it's today, isn't it?
Oh, I'll have to check. It was on. We were discussing this on Paul's fan forum. So Liam says, travelling up to Newcastle after work, it'd be great to see you. My pal's a huge fan of yours, and he gets married on Saturday, your birthday. Is there any chance you could send me a cameo? Just a quick vid saying Wendy, Chris and Shannon, blah, blah. Yeah, I can try and do something like that for you. Or I could quickly say, if you want me to say it. Happy Wendy, Chris and Shannon. Hope you have a great day. And all the best for you for the future. He says, getting old, PR. I know. Oh, Jesus Christ. It's lovely. Do you think Matty Target should come back in the start lineup, Mason, for you? Because to me, he should.
Yes, because I feel like we need that. We need a proper left back playing against a physical Brentford team with a really good attacking.
Yep.
Yeah, Yes, Keane Lewis Potter's out injured, but they've still got that quality in that Mikel Damsgaard because he's played for it's Sampdoria, not Fiorentina. Sampdoria. But he still looks a good player, that Damsgaard. But with Target, yes, because with their with Brentford's front three, just because the amount of quality them three have, we need the defence to be extra defensively to watch to see where Damsgaard and Bino and Tony go. Because no doubt if they go past our defence, we're in trouble.
Could well do. I mean, look what they did to a Man United side in the second game of the season. Absolutely ripped them a new arsehole as well. They'll not come and pot the bus. I don't expect them to do that. I mean, they did it against Arsenal and it completely backfired on them, I thought. But I don't think they're going to do it in this game. I know Thomas Frank will want his side. Definitely up for this game as well. Lawrence, Jody View, good evening. Confident for another win, but expecting a much harder game than Fulham. Also got me ticket for the women's game at St James's Park on the 27th of November. Yes, Newcastle United women are playing at St James's Park again. 27th of November on a Sunday. It's £3 for a ticket. Get yourselves along. I'm definitely planning to get myself along.
I'm going to go as well.
To them as well. Good. Let's back the women. They're really good to watch. And it's great to see them play at St James's Park again. Confident. Talking about days, I'm thinking of spending my birthday in Newcastle despite playing Forest away. Interesting. Nice one. Gateshead are at home to Torquay that weekend. They are, yes. Legend. Appreciate it. Have a good birthday tomorrow. Tomorrow. It's actually on Saturday, but yeah, definitely will do. The only change I'd potentially make would be target a left back for Share or Burn. For me, you want to keep Fabian Share in there as well. Eddie Howe likes his ball played centre back as well. And again, if Burn was starting, I would slightly be concerned with the pace that Brentford have got. I mean, fair play, Dansby been a fantastic when we signed him. But you do worry he can get outdone by pace a lot.
He can. Obviously.
I mean, go back to the Bournemouth game. I mean, the space he left for Billing to score.
That's a problem with Byrne. It's his where he is. I think it's Shaw. I think it's Shaw as well. The space as well. When you say Crozier against Bournemouth, obviously, for me, Dan Byrne or Fabian Shaw might get showing what the pace of Damsgaard, Wissa, Potter and Tony. They'll get showing the pace of them four because they're quick, pacey, and they're really good on the ball.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, we know our midfield. We had in midfield on Saturday, we had Sean Longstaff in there who had a very good game against Fulham. He left Joe Linton out. It was on the bench because he didn't train that week with a bit of an injury, but he did make the bench. But Eddie Howe decided not to risk him in the start. He went with Longstaff. Do you expect Joe Linton to come back in the start lineup on Saturday?
I hope so. Because I think we need a little bit of quality in midfield. Yes, Longstaff had a good game, but I know, again, if he starts against Brentford on Saturday, he might be a bit hot and cold. He may not play good enough on Saturday.
That's the problem, innit? You want to see consistency on it, and we're just worried we don't see that enough from Longstaff. It's like if he plays 60 minutes and doesn't play well, and Joe Linton's on the bench, I would just give Joe Linton over the last half an hour. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, what I will say is about when we had Sean Longstaff, it then pushed Bruno further up the field, and he's better playing up there rather than dropping back a little bit deep at times. But it would surprise me if Joe Linton was to come back in the start lineup for me. Jacob Murphy, is that another one you expect to keep a place, or do you think if ASM's fit, which we're praying he is, he could well be by the stories that's been coming out? Do you keep him in there, or do you look for somebody else in there like ASM if he's fully fit, or do you go with Anderson and give him a chance?
For what I heard, because I was at the Gates and East League game, for what I heard, Murphy didn't have a good game again. which isn't a surprise.
I mean, it was a little bit better than what we have seen, but again, the final product balls were just they weren't fantastic with it. I mean, yeah, one left foot which was well off target, and then the other one it was easy for Leno to catch. That still is a cause of concern because we all know we just don't think it's going to be consistent enough for Jacob Murphy as well. I mean, his crossing accuracy is 20-4%, I believe. I mean, that's poor from a winger.
It is poor. He's championship level at best. Obviously, he's just not good enough. And I think we need to have... I think Elliot Anderson should get a chance because against Crystal Palace when he came on, he looked quality.
Did
he? And why does he not start Anderson over Murphy? I just don't get it because Anderson's a good player. He's a really good player compared to Murphy, which baffles me that he keeps playing Murphy instead of Elliot Anderson.
Yeah, I mean, that's it. I mean, it's about time we see Anderson get an opportunity. It's his opportunity to see what he can do in the Premier League, and I think we'll see it start very, very soon. If it's not this Saturday, hopefully it's another Premier League game, or he could well be starting in the Cup game against Forest, and when we play them on the 9th of November on a Wednesday.
It's not Palace.
I mean, Palace, sorry. Palace. In the Cup game against Palace on the 9th of November. I'm glad he's getting an opportunity now in this league, but we'll love to see him start at one point.
I just hope it's Saturday because the lad has got the quality.
Yes.
Compared to obviously Murphy, Fraser. It's just we just need that quality, and no better way than start Elliot Anderson.
I mean, I would love to see him start. It's about time to see what he can do, definitely, as well. I'll just rattle through with the comments. Albeit Gateshead against Torquay United. Nice one there. Have anyone heard about the report in the Athletic about the player coming in January is extraordinary?
I haven't heard of anything.
Oh, unless that's not a funny name, is it? I've not heard anything at all. Neither have I heard anything about that as well. So there. Do you think hopefully Miggy can step up the game as well after the 2 goals against Fulham? That was one of the best games. I think that's the best game I've seen him play so far this season.
I think it was. Obviously the goal, wow. That has to be goal of the season, that. I mean, how compared to Bournemouth, he wasn't good enough. No. To Fulham, where he was absolutely beasting that game. I think he's been up his game over the internationals, but that performance has to continue in Brentford because what a performance he has played.
Yeah, I mean the pass from Bruno was fantastic, and the way he just put his foot through that. The second goal he scored, he was at the right place at the right time. Shame he couldn't get the hat-trick because the offside flag actually denied him for it.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of people are thinking he should be on the left-hand side. What do you think about that? Do you think he should be on the left? Or do you think he should be staying where he is at the moment?
We bought him from Atlanta as a left mid, but he keeps and then he went to a right mid, but
yeah.
I think somehow I don't know if it's like if he did it for Paraguay.
Mm-hmm.
Worked hard, playing as a right mid, and then came to Newcastle doing the same as like what the Paraguay manager's done to Eddie Howe and taught him what to do. And then obviously came out against Fulham and did that performance, which was absolutely mad. Best performance I've ever seen him play for Newcastle League.
Yeah, it certainly was, wasn't it? Again, we just want to see consistency from him. I think he's really shown a lot of improvement so far. I mean, that's 3 goals that he's got this season as well. So it's about time. Lee says, read the Athletic. It came out today ahead of the recruitment. Said they can't disclose the name of fair play. So I've not. I'll have to have a look and see what it is about because I've not heard anything. I've not heard anything about it. As I mentioned before. So we could do with some new signings in January. Though that's the main thing.
We've already got one.
Yep. Hopefully. So there. Again, Callum Wilson, of course, Mason came back last Saturday, and again he'll be waiting to go again on Saturday, as well. But do you think he'll play longer than he did against Fulham?
Hope so. I think we've missed him big style because we won when he was playing.
Yeah,
and obviously he'll want to help Isaac as well. Because Isaac's a young player who's just came to the club. He'll help, not just him, he'll help that Australian lad when he officially joins on January the 1st as well. So he's got young quality next to him who he can learn to because he's got the experience. Mm-hmm. He just needs to pass it on to like Isaac and that Australian lad who was officially joining in January.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, there's talk about that. He would definitely like to do that, which is really, really great to hear as well. So, I mean, there was rumours he signed a new contract, but the club haven't said anything official on that, I've got to admit. Do you think it's true that he has signed the new contract?
I'll just wait until it officially comes out.
It. I mean, there had been a lot of talk about it, that he actually did sign a new contract. But it'd be great if he does decide to stay a little bit longer.
No, it does.
But he said it was round about another extra 2 years, apparently. So we'll wait and see. I mean, if he stays, he's great. But the hard part about him is keeping him fit. That's the problem.
It is.
I mean, yeah, that's the thing. And we just hope. I mean, do you think he's going to be due another injury soon?
I always get that feeling that whenever Callum Wilson starts, he'll get an injury in that game. That's my fear all the time. Whenever he starts, he'll get an injury.
I mean, of course, it happened against Man City. It did happen against Man United last season, which ruled him out for months as well, where you had to bring Chris Wood in, who just certainly wasn't performing.
I think Chris Wood will go in January since we're getting that lad in from Australia.
Yeah, Arsenal winning 1-0. I mean, there has been rumours Eddie Howe wants to move Chris Wood on. I don't know how true it is, but there's a rumour going around that apparently Eddie Howe wants to move him on already.
Because he knows he's going to be down pecking order once that lad officially joins from Australia. He knows.
And when other signings come through the door as well, in terms of strikers as well.
I think he'll go to at least a championship club. Or it depends if our old friend who's still in a job by January gets him down in the Midlands.
Oh, Jesus. Arsenal winning 1-0, says Lawrence. Yes, they are. With Wilson, it's not if, but when he's injured again, yeah, that's it. Again, it's just hard keeping him fit. It's the thing. Oh, it says Lawrence thinks we're loaning the Australian lad to get around work permanent issues. Oh, well, then fair play. If that is what we are going to do with them. As well, but again, we'll wait and see. We shall just wait and see. I mean, not to mention, Mason, of course, tomorrow will be the 1-year anniversary of the takeover. Not to mention the game on Saturday will be absolutely buzzing as well. I mean, we're playing just after the day of the next day from the 1-year anniversary of the takeover. St James's Park is going to be rocking. We expect War Flags are going to put on a really good display. As well, and the atmosphere is just going to be cracking.
Oh, obviously it will, because October the 7th has to be my best day of my life, because obviously I've been supporting Newcastle for 10 years now, so I'm only 19. It was all under Ashley, it was all under crap shit. Just no desire, no passion from the owners, but now it's just a whole different level.
Yep. And
the players they're bringing in is just quality, apart from one player. We've brought decent players in, apart from one player, which I'm happy, I'm grateful for. And they've got a decent manager in who plays attacking football, not defensive football like what former manager did.
Yeah, absolutely. You're totally right.
Which I'm grateful for because under Steve Bruce, it was when we'll go 1-0 up, we'll get beat. He's done it. He's doing it at West Brom. Howie.
I mean, how he's still in the job, I
The
think.
man, the bloke he's another fraud as well.
Yeah, I mean, another person who stole a living of the clubs he's managed. And the fact is, West Brom are sitting in the relegation zone in the Championship. And the West Brom fans, they've had enough as well. They've just had enough of him as well. They want him gone. They're thinking, Newcastle fans were right all along. This manager is dire.
He is.
Yeah, even though we had Steve Bruce still in his first game during the takeover, but then after that, he was gone. Definitely. And look where we are again as a football club with Eddie Howe. Look at the way he's transformed us, got us the lads playing how they should be playing as well. So, and look where we are in the league table. I mean, we've had a few draws this season, but let's start turning these into wins now, which we can really do, definitely. See, honestly, did we just sign Wood to stop early scoring so they got a higher chance of relegation of that season? I think we signed Chris Wood because we needed a striker. Obviously, Callum Wilson got injured against Man United, and he was going to be facing months out. We needed a striker in at the time. Dwight Gale wasn't getting any games, was he? And I think that's why we got Chris Wood in, because we had no striker in the game against Cambridge United in the FA Cup. And I think that gave Eddie Howe hints saying I need to bring a striker in the football club.
I think Chris was a panic buy. If I was like whoever's in charge
as well,
whoever was in charge of the transfers, I would just get in a lad in on loan from a top 6 or a top 16 from like abroad, because for me he would have done the world of good. But Chris Wood, we just got him in on a panic buy from a team who was down by January. Obviously they've for 25 million. I don't know how Burnley wanted that much money.
Yeah. Oh, I see. I'm just going to read this, Mason, because War Flags have come out with a post for the game on Saturday as well. And this is what they say. Ahead of our game with Brentford, we are very keen to mark the anniversary of the takeover of our club. 1 year ago, we were finally rid of the previous owner, and the party started on Tyneside. For those on Tyneside that night and in the days and weeks following, that feeling was indescribable. A year on, our football club is in the hands of people striving to make our football club the best it can be. For our display this Saturday, we are trying something completely new that will require the support and cooperation of fans situated in the Gallagher end. A new giant surfer flag will be raised in the centre of the Gallagher end, excluding the upper tier. The display will also feature something at the bottom of the stand. Also, it's vital to the display that the surfer flag remains static for as long as the display goes on. In the past, we have had supporters trying to drag the surfer flag down, but we hope we can rely on your support with this to keep it static for as long as necessary. We will have volunteers in place on the walkway at the back of the middle tier to hold it in place. They will let it go when it is time for it to come back down. As ever, we really appreciate the support we get from fellow fans. When we put the displays on, you make them look fantastic, and we hope this is another one of those occasions. Let's do what we do best and roll the lads on to another 3 points. I mean, that is just fantastic.
Top commitment from War Flags every single game for the past year. The amount of especially the Arsenal one, which no doubt is the best display I've ever seen, especially from them. But we're going to be in for a treat on Saturday from them again.
Yeah, absolutely. I said
they always give a treat every single time we play at home. They give a unique, good displays which stand out for the team, which is absolutely really commitment from everybody at War Flags. Well done, everybody at War Flags.
Yep, absolutely, yes. I said before that I would be surprised that if they were planning to do something to celebrate the 1 year anniversary. Well, the statement just came not just before, and there you are. War Flags are really put a really good display on for Saturday to mark the 1 year anniversary of our takeover. I mean, it's gone so quick, this, hasn't it?
It has.
Just only last year we were rid of the fat parasite.
I mean, I couldn't stand Ashley, but this year I've really enjoyed it as a Newcastle fan because I've been, for most of my life, supporting Newcastle has been mainly under Ashley, but now it's a whole new lease of life supporting Newcastle with the owners, which is really, really good. I'm enjoying it as well.
Lawrence says, be amazed if Bruce is still at West Brom by the time the World Cup starts, let alone before they play Sunderland on the 10th of December. I think he could well be out the door very soon. I'm surprised he's not at the door yet. But yet again, no doubt the twat will be wanting a massive payoff. Lawrence says, Wood was a panic buy after the Cambridge game with his release clause. We were linked with lads from aboard, but would have been gambles with the step up to the Premier League. Yeah, I think we got him in. We needed a striker, and they thought Chris Wood is proven in this Premier League because he's done it for Burnley, but it just hasn't worked out, really, has it? Be class if they had something like the Borussia Dortmund fans have terms of displays. The wall flags set their own standards. Yep, they certainly do that as well. So, yeah. Okay, right. What we'll do now is we'll run into the predicted lineup for what we think Eddie Howe is very likely to go with on Saturday. Formation-wise, I think he'll still stick with 4-3-3, but this is what we got the feeling the lineup will be. Starting with you, Mason. Who goes in goal? I think it's an obvious one. Yeah, absolutely, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Easy choice, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. I think it's an easy choice for right back as well.
Yep, which I'll move on. So no doubt there'll be that man there. Kieran Trippier, of course, he'll be well up for this game here, definitely as well. He'll be captain on the day as well, definitely. And he's a leader. He is a leader for us. Why is he not being handed that captain's armband permanently?
I know. It's mental. He's an upgrade on Jamal Lascelles.
Yep, easily. Absolutely. Definitely. Right, centre backs. So who's taking one of them roles, Mason?
Botman.
He has to play, doesn't he? He now has to play week in, week out, doesn't he?
Yes. Obviously, Shaw and Byrne have done well, but I feel like Botman has to play with one of them now.
Yeah, certainly does. And I think alongside him, I think it's got to be that man, Fabian Schär, as well. Of course, Eddie Howe likes his ball playing centre backs, and Fabian Schär's done really well under Eddie Howe as well. He really, really has. Who's taken the left back spot, Mason?
Mr. Matty Target.
Yeah, I think we should put him in there as well. I think we'll need him because he's got to defended for like pace a lot of the time on opposition, whereas Dan Burn can really struggle with that. So I think it's for me to play Matty Target in there on Saturday. Easy. So, right. So that is the back four. Right into the midfield. So, first of all, I'm going to start with that man there, Mr. Bruno. He'll be well up for this on Saturday. He really, really will be. Definitely. And the fans will get right behind him, won't they?
For sure. They're always like when Bruno plays because he's a really, really good player. Who admire some of the fans as well.
Yep. Okay, Mason, who's taking another role in that midfield?
He's Brazilian made, Mr. Joe Linton.
Yeah, I think he has been training there this week, and I've got the feeling he could well be back in. But we'll wait and see. If Eddie Howe decides to stick with Longstaff, okay, fair play. But because he had a really good game against Fulham. But we'll wait and see. We'll just wait and see. But it would surprise me if Joe Linton was to be back in that start lineup. And I think the last player to take up in the midfield, and I think that's going to be Joe Willock. Again, I thought played very well against Fulham. Was very unlucky not to score, but set up 2 assists in the game, which was fantastic. I think Joe Willock's now going to start really getting better for us now.
We need the Joe Willock like when we was on loan.
Yeah,
I don't know, because obviously I heard that he was living in Northumberland. Steve Bruce moved him to Northumberland because if he lived in like Newcastle, he would be on the drink drink in Newcastle City Centre, the same as Kennedy. Look what Kennedy done when he was on the drink. Because if Willock did that, then I mean his career would have been a downfall if like he lived in Newcastle. So I mean, Joe Willock's done well on Eddie Howe in some games. So yeah, I'm really happy. I'm really happy if he'll start again on Saturday because against Fulham he did really well.
Yep, he certainly did, didn't he? So there, right. The attacking 3. So Mason, who's going out on that right?
Ooh.
I think it's an obvious one as well.
I would say Aaron.
Yes, I believe he will be. I think he'll be well up for this game. Hopefully, the 2 goals he scored gives him that confidence. Really, really does give him that big confidence on Saturday because he'd be well up for this game. And he want to try and score more goals. I mean, that's 3 goals he scored because he has really struggled for goals. At times, he only got 1 last season. I think 2021, it took him only... Fortunately, he had to wait till West Brom to get his first goal in December. And, of course, the first season under Bruce, it took him till December as well. And he's got 3 goals this season. So we are starting to see really improvement now from Miggy. So, right, on the left-hand side, I'm going to say ASM is going to make this game, but he's not going to start. So I'm going to go with Elliot Anderson. Start him. Give him the opportunity. You saw what he did against Crystal Palace when he came on. His opportunity to see what he can do. Murphy, he wasn't too bad, but he still wasn't fantastic. And that's the problem. I don't think we're going to see the consistency from Murphy, I'm afraid, unfortunately. And I think Anderson deserves a start. He deserves a start on Saturday. He really, really does. So I would play him in there. I think it'd be great to have ASM on the bench for the time being, but Eddie Howe will definitely bring him on in the second half if he's available. See if the game's not going fantastic, and Eddie Howe needs to change it.
For sure. Obviously with Anderson, he'll give 100%, but Murphy, I think. I don't care if he played well against Fulham because I didn't see the game, but I've seen like bits of it, but I think Murphy's be gone in January because he's not good enough.
I mean, it's been a lot of disappointments this season. There really, really has. It's just not been great, has it? So there you are. And of course, Mason, who takes the final spot in the middle.
Mr. Callum Wilson.
Yep. Do you think we'll see more goals from him on this Saturday after his return back on Saturday?
Hope so, because he is a strike guy. He can score goals, and no better way to do it against Brentford. Yes, they're going to be. The Brentford are going to be losing partners Janssen, but even Pinnock's going to be playing, and he looks a decent centre back. So yeah, if they play, obviously Pinnock and me. Yes, me's got the experience, but Pinnock does look like a decent player. Yes, and also I've got to mention Premier League experience. They've got who's it again? Jorgensen, who's got Premier League experience as well. They've got if they play like Jorgensen and Ben Mee, they've got 2 Premier League experience centre backs at the back with Hickey, who's a really good right back, and a good left back, and Rico Henry. So it is going to be tough, but I just hope Callum Wilson.
Rico Henry was another one who scored at St James's Park last season as well. So again, we're going to have to be on one game definitely, but I think Eddie Howe will of course be doing his work with the lads, no doubt about that, and he will definitely have the boys ready on Saturday, 100% as well. And the celebration to celebrate our 1 year take of anniversary is going to be absolutely fantastic. As well, again, War Flags, as mentioned, they are doing a display for Saturday, definitely as well. Right, we're going to end it on the last part of the show, and that is we're going to get the score prediction. I'll just rattle through this comment quickly before we get the score prediction. Lawrence says, May will probably score after I sold him on Fantasy Premier League last week. Of course, they got a CS as soon as I did. Yes, they did, didn't they? So there you are. Right, let's go for the score prediction. So Mason, what you go with for Saturday, and who's getting the goals there for us?
I'm going to say a tight 2-1 win.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's not going to be easy, is it?
Nah, with the players Brentford have got, the likes of your Ivan, Tony, and Bino. I think one of them will score. Plus they've got that. Plus they've got obviously players at left mid who can do it, like Stamsgaard, Canos, Lisa. They've still got players, but really good players. But I feel like it's going to be a tight 2-1 Newcastle.
Yeah, I'm going to see Newcastle win. Are going to win by 3-1. Who are you going for the goals for Saturday, Ed Mason?
Ooh, I would say Almiron and Wilson, and for I'm not going to say who's going to score for Brentford because I think you'll know anyways.
Yeah, I think it's got to be Tony, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go 3-1 Newcastle. I'm going to say Callum Wilson's going to get 2. And we're going to see Miggy's going to get himself another goal on Saturday as well. I think we can win this game. Again, the confidence after beating Fulham away on Saturday could only take it into this game on Saturday. And as I mentioned, because it's my birthday on Saturday, 3 points again would just be absolutely fantastic on the day as well, definitely. So come on, lads. Get those 3 points on Saturday. Let's get that win. And I can celebrate my birthday even bigger as well afterwards. But so there you are. Indeed. So Mason's go for 2-1, and I'm going for Newcastle to win by 3-1 as well. So that is it for today's preview. Of course, tomorrow, do keep an eye out for PD's live show. Tomorrow, we're going to start that actually at 9 o'clock this time tomorrow because I am going to be coming in late from work. So that's why I've decided to push the show an hour forward. But feel free to get yourselves on tomorrow night. We'll be talking about the 1-year anniversary of the takeover. Of course, the win against Fulham, the game on Saturday, of course, against Brentford as well. We'll also wrap up some of the football news like we always do. And of course, you know what as well, when we have an hour of it. So there you are. As well, definitely. Of course, after the game as well, do keep an eye out, as usual, for the quick thoughts after the game. Fan cams as well. So feel free to get yourselves on. Come and have you say after the game as well, definitely. And it'd be great to get your thoughts and just hope we pick up another 3 points on Saturday as well. Again, guys, if you have enjoyed, again, tonight, this live show of the preview, of course, please, as always, do stick the thumbs up. Of course, hit that subscribe button. Of course, if you're new to the channel or if you're enjoying the content and you're not yet subscribed, you can still donate as well, even after this is fully published out on YouTube as well. Please do feel free to become a member as well. And, of course, do hit the notification bell as well because it will let you know whenever I go live or whenever I have got a video out on the channel as well. Definitely. So there. So anyway, guys, that is it. Again, thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and I shall catch you back again tomorrow at 9 o'clock for PD's football live show. See you all later. Take care.
Take care, everyone.
Good night, everyone.